the time parents find their children in such state, in such death, like how Jiya and Sushant Singh's death happened, we parents are numb. We are drowned with pain. It's like the mountain fallen on us. That is when everyone, especially the perpetrator, takes advantage. And why we say that this is planned, because how it happens. If one single officer in Jiya's case would have done his job properly, we would have not given our case to CBI. And one single officer had not come under the pressure of Bollywood icon, then we would have not had this length. What is happening in my case is the stories out there in media, the stories out there in public domain, the story is there with us, but our story is not reaching the court. Our stories are not being told to the judge. You put all your hopes on police. The police comes, the police pretends that they are doing their job. If they were doing their job, if one single officer was doing their job, to tell you very frankly, we did not need CBI. And if one CBI officer is honest enough, then we do not need such long length of fights. Asphyxia, the police is using this word to support the suicide story because most people do not know what it means. Asphyxia is blocking of oxygen going into your brain and you go unconscious, and then you can die too in very short time. It can be due to strangulation. A person can be incapacitated or strangulated and then hanged, so it is a staged homicide. Or strangulated and then hanged, so it is a staged homicide. But in Jiya's case, the ligature mark and the blunt object that was round, that was very sharp, was not consistent with a soft dupatta, because the ligature marks were very sharp and running parallel throughout around the neck. So that's not caused with something as soft as this, because these have no edges and it cannot cause that sharp parallel lines. Similarly with Sushant's, which I saw the picture today, it doesn't look that it has been caused by fabric. Fabric does not create those kind of imprints. Now, JJ hospital doctors themselves said they cannot give cause of death, a final cause of death, still pending, because the ligature has not been given to them. Now, if they would have given ligature, obviously they would have verified it, analyzed it, whether it was possible, for these injuries to be caused with this ligature. But, it seems everything is being managed. The JJ hospitals are being managed. Police is being managed. So somebody is managing this. And it is very sad that we have got to live in a place where we are looking up to police to give us answers, to help us, to protect us. And they are the one who is going to be, not solving our problems. Then who do we go to? We don't have anyone. We have got just ourselves. Let me tell you about my daughter's case. When the body had gone for postmortem, before postmortem it was declared suicide, and after postmortem, when the doctor said it is due to asphyxia due to hanging. So police used that word asphyxia to support their suicide story. Now under that suicide, they start covering up everything. Asphyxia is something that can happen due to drowning, due to strangulation, due to suffocation. It can be homicidal and suicidal. In Jiya's case, the experts have clearly said the injuries that were on her body and on her face was not due to the soft muslin dupatta. JJ Hospital themselves in the postmortem report wrote that all the injuries on Jiya's body were antemortem, means caused before death. So that means that somebody had killed her or incapacitated her and then hanged her. A week later, when Jiya had passed away, police inspector comes to our house and says, "Madam, please quickly sign on this document." I said, "What document is that?" He said, "It's your FIR statement." I said, "Okay." So he said, "We have made some changes." I said, "You have changed FIR?" He says, yes, we have put a few lines, like the bouquet that Jiya had received was actually a breakup bouquet. I said, "A breakup bouquet?" "Yes, that's what we have come to know." Okay, I signed on this. And then I come to know that police is using this breakup story to support their suicide story, which today, after so many years, after 2 years, CBI in their charge sheet has written that the breakup bouquet concocted by the police was actually fake, was their own creation. There was no such thing as breakup bouquet. We victims think that police is here on a crime scene and they are going to do their job. There is something called Panchnama, and in that they do write all the observations and the items that are being collected for evidence purposes. In my case, what I noticed, that my 2-bedroom apartment was turned into 1-bedroom apartment. All the measurements were incorrect. There were no grills, nothing was mentioned in Panchnama. Nothing was mentioned that all the rooms in the flat has got a ceiling fan, including the kitchen, the hall, and Jiya's own bedroom. So Jiya's own bedroom had French windows. The locks of the sliding window were unfunctional. They did not write anything about that. There was a biometric lock. They did not mention in the Panchnama. So when you read Panchnama, which goes in front of the judge, what observation will judge have? Judge is not going to come to the apartment, so they will read the Panchnama, and from that it will look like it was a 1-bedroom apartment. Jiya had nowhere to go, and she has, no mention of that. There is no stool, nothing. So what is judge going to read? Judge is not going to get the actual story, actual thing. He's not going to come. So our stories do not reach the court. No, I've